Yeah, beautiful souls, welcome back or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Monday! I've got a pretty cool energy update for the week. So welcome if you're new here. Welcome if you're returning. Welcome back. So we got quite a bit of energy floating around this week. We have some equinox energy, and I love equinox energy. It is a great feeling of abundance, of the harvest and the gatherings. And it's so important to express gratitude all year long. But the equinox, there's just something magical and special about that vibration of gratitude. And, as the leaves change and the weather cools down, it just brings in this energy of just deliciousness. The light and the dark coming into different energy. It's going to get dark a little earlier. You all know this, but the light and the dark do work together, and I think it's important to mention that there is a lot of healing energy coming through. There is a lighter harmony. This week feels like more of a harmony. But that being said, I also feel like we've got this walking across a bridge and not sure what's on the other side kind of feeling as well. I really feel this week that nothing can be hidden. I feel like it's going to be a very open, very honest week. Things that you need to see are going to be presented to you very clearly. The higher lesson was one or two words. Higher lesson is one that I really felt as a powerful, powerful energy coming through. And it's meant to bring us into expansion. Dream big this week. Get that manifesting energy, get it flowing, having a look at what's being shown to you, and that may be situations or people or opportunities. Really have a good look in that. It's also a good week for creativity. You may feel a little bit extra creative this week. You may feel like I just want to try something new. That energy is all being pulled in, and I love it so much. The other thing that I felt this morning was a few more chapters closing, some big steps forward this week. There's like this new activation energy that we've been talking about for a couple weeks now with this new and this exciting. I feel it like activating. Like let's start moving forward into that. I really felt the need to be a little bit more grounded and to soak up all the incredible energy that's all around you outside. Right. And the leaves are changing, the air is fresher, taking those big breaths in and just kind of letting that settle into your vibration, into your physical body. I had some time while my daughter was at a softball practice yesterday to literally just take a little walk on a trail, and I found myself just breathing in really deep and letting that energy kind of really fill in, really tap into my body and my vibration. I asked Friday, but you misunderstood me. Who giggled the doorknob when my dad tried to open the door? I'll try to get back to that. That's what she said. I'm just going to finish up with the energy update here. Just kind of feel the transformation energy, and when things are shown to us, it's really important that we kind of take a look. We always have choice and free will, but always. But I really feel this week that things that have been hidden, or perhaps just things that have been like under the surface, I really feel that rising up and coming into the light this week. Have a look. And sometimes having a look, we can often push that aside with, not wanting to see what we need to kind of see, or not kind of changing what is showing us we need to change. That's going to just be presented to us this week. And it can also be presented to us with things that are very, very positive, right? Here's a new opportunity. Here's new situations. Here's new exciting things. That's kind of what I feel there with the energy coming in. Manifest, manifest, manifest. It's a great week for it. And as we are into the fall season, I'm always talking about healing and letting go, but fall is there's something very, very symbolic with that. The trees are releasing their leaves and animals are getting ready for a winter. Just kind of incorporate that energy in there a little bit as well. What do I need to let go? What should I reflect on? And then also reflecting on the things that have gone very, very well. Very well. We always pull our focus into what's not right. Kind of look at things as well as what is right, what is going well. There's power in that, and that gives momentum to that energy. It's going to be an exciting week, and I know many of us don't really love that feeling of walking across a bridge and not sure what's on the other side, but enjoy every step across that bridge. Enjoy the process, enjoy the new, enjoy beginnings, enjoy letting go, enjoy the chapters closing. There's a whole lot of that going on around us this week. And it's I always kind of love new things, and I don't always need to know where I'm going. Most times I don't think I truly do know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing anyway. So I'm perfectly okay with that. But I really feel that we just need to take a peek of what's being shown to us this week. Just remember that I said it. And, if it resonates with you, great. And if it doesn't resonate with you, it's okay to leave it here. All right, so that is the energy for this week. It's I know it's a bit short and sweet, but there was a lot that's actually in that update when you kind of sit and let it marinate with you for a little while. Let's scroll up. It's good to see so many of you guys here this morning. Bubbles, the Duchies are first today, it seems. Welcome. We're happy to have the Duchies arrive first. All right. Good morning, everyone. There's a lot of good mornings. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I got a huge message today from me about a vision and expression. It ties perfectly with the energy update, it seems, because I was reminded that vision and expression are my big strengths. Well done for you, Shai, to tap in with that reminder. And I think sometimes we do need to be reminded about the things that we do really well and the things that, or the things that we really enjoy. We don't have to be great at it. We can just simply enjoy that, whatever it is that we enjoy. And good for you, Shai. I'm grateful for that. Um, that's what she said. Okay, I asked Friday, but you misunderstood me. Who jiggled the doorknob when my dad tried to open my door? Eh, I'm not sure how I responded on Friday because I don't retain memory of most of the lives. Who tried to jiggle the doorknob when my dad tried to open my door? It feels very much connected to the spirit dimensions with there. It's either a fathering energy, so grandfather or father energy, or a spirit guide that's coming with that parental guidance, if that makes sense there for you. That's I'm really feeling solid in that. That's what she said. So I'm gonna leave that there for you. Going on my first retreat with my women's circle this week, definitely dream big and no hiding energy. Absolutely. It's funny that you mentioned that because one of my students and I are also going to be doing a women's circle this week. It's not a retreat, it's just a women's circle, and I'm really excited to be tapping into that space. So good for you. Enjoy. The no hiding energy I feel like that's going to gain a lot of momentum, and I think that's going to gain a lot of momentum for you as well with not hiding, like no more hiding kind of thing, with just here I am, or things being shown to you that you need to see. PJ, worried about my aunt. She's caring for her 4 grandchildren due to a bad situation, and I don't see her doing this long. I don't see her doing this long. Will she have to give them up? I'm not sure she'll have to give them up, but I do. I can see her still involved. I can still see the kids there with her and going to see her. I don't feel like she's got to give them up, but I feel like there's going to be like some kind of help or assistance or support, and they may not be in her home full time, but and that might not necessarily be a bad thing either. But because I can see that balance where she's involved, but it's not too much, if that makes sense there. And if you're okay with that, or you can yourself as well, PJ, is just keep sending her light and love and support and holding that space there for her, because I feel you're right. I feel like it is a lot, and I feel like I don't feel she has the energy to do it full time either, if that makes sense there. But I feel like it's balanced. So either she's going to have, being in there caring for them part time, but I feel like it's balanced. I don't feel like they're gone, if that makes sense there. Camilla, Lana, it's been 14 years since my grandmother passed the other day. I'm wondering if there's any messages from her. Camilla, she's pushing you to. So when spirit does this, and I know I talk about this quite often, but there's something there for you that I've got to say it again. She's pushing you to the front of the line. She's pushing you to do you. She's pushing you to just go a little bit more deeper with that, with you know that self-care piece, putting yourself first sometimes. I don't know if you've been struggling with that or if it needs to kind of happen a little bit more. And she's saying that it's okay. It's okay. She's trying to take down like guilt from not being able to do what you want to do. Or I don't know if you struggle with, with a little bit of, well, I need to be there for everybody else and I'm not getting enough TLC. But she's saying it's okay. It's okay to rest. It's okay to put yourself first. It's okay. She's really encouraging that. So I'm gonna leave that there for you, Camilla. Kayla, any messages from my grandmother? Thank you always. Kayla, she's turning up the volume. So she's turning. I think I just even spoke louder there. She's turning up the volume on your journey. She's turning up the excitement. She's turning up all of these amazing things, and she's holding your hand as you walk. She's kind of like has her finger out, and she's holding your hand. She's guiding you, and she's with you, and she's navigating with you, and she's just saying, lean in there. I know that you're very spiritual. You're here on the channel quite a bit, so I feel like she's just saying, lean in there just a little bit more. It's a kind of like a piece of surrender, right? Just kind of like lean in a little bit more, the trust. She's also encouraging a lot deeper with the personal growth, a lot. And she's also encouraging you to write. So to just keep, it doesn't have to be any kind of formal writing, but she keeps saying, just journal it, take notes, express yourself through a little bit of writing. Andrea, I wish to volunteer at our donkey sanctuary, but I'm hesitant due to my back pain, hands, and sciatica. I feel it may not be much help due to this. Do my guides have any insight for me? Andrea, I feel your heart in that. And I have to say, always honor your physical body, but I feel like I have to say, is there something that you can do, even simply, standing at a fence petting a donkey's nose is love, right? I don't feel like you have to go deep into this with, being physically like, involved, like cleaning stalls or anything hard physically, but I feel your soul really wanting to connect here. So even if it's like visiting and just like I said, just literally petting or perhaps grooming a little bit where you can just like a few minutes. It doesn't have to be hours at a time or half a day. See if the donkey sanctuary will let you come in, for some love time where you can just like embrace the donkey. Embrace the donkey. Right. I just feel like I have to say there's something there that you can give of yourself without it taking away from your physical struggles there. um the other thing, Andrea, too, is energetically. Ooh, I just got a delicious idea here. Energetically, you've got a lot to give to these donkeys too, right? Even just sitting or talking to them. Like animals communicate. So perhaps even doing a little bit of your own animal communication where you just let them know that they're loved and cared for. Right. And even if, we don't even have to be physically present for that. You can tap into the donkey sanctuary simply by looking at a picture and sending love and healing there. I feel like I've got to say this is really, really in your heart space, and I've got to kind of find a way to make it work. I have to make it work in a soft way that you can handle. If that makes sense there for you. I also, Andrea, have to say, I don't know if you've been, if 'cause I keep seeing it doesn't have to be long time. So I don't know if you've been kind of thinking that. Yes, and I get it that you're struggling physically, but things can be short in timelines. So you don't have to stand as often or you don't have to do as much all the time. I feel like I have to say little bits are okay in all things. It doesn't have to be full in order to feel like you've got value. There it is. I feel like there's so much value you have and there's so much love that you have and there's still things that you can do. And I feel like I have to say embrace that, right? Embrace that. Okay, all right, here we go. Sorry, I lost my place. Libby, will my youngest return to my life? So, Libby, I feel here, choice and free will is always a factor, right? Choice and free will. But I feel like your youngest knows that the door is open for healing. And I feel like I just have to say, just keep sending up that vibration. The door is open for healing. And I do feel at some point that your youngest I do feel that they're going to take a couple of steps forward, but it does feel like a bit of a slow healing process there. And I just feel like I have to say, keep the door open for healing. Here's the healing space. Hello, healing. Like that kind of energy, Libby. Because I don't feel that they're not returning. I just feel like it's going to be a process and some time, right? So I just kind of have to say, doors wide open. I'm here. And you can put out that energy. People do feel our energy, even subconsciously. I always give the example. Have you ever thought of somebody and then they text you or called? Or you're like, oh, I was just thinking about you. Like that kind of thing. People receive our energy. So I would be sending out the energy of hello healing. The door is open. Meet me at the door of healing. I would send that out energetically. Just say those words out loud. I'm here to help heal. I'm here when you're ready. I feel like I've got to kind of say, jump into that juice a little bit. Whether or not they pick it up, that's not yours. It's there when they're ready, right? So that's kind of how I have to put it. But I don't feel that they're blocked to it. I don't feel like there's a. I don't feel that. I feel like a space there. There's a gap for that healing energy to flow through. Lucia, hi Lana. I'm pregnant and feel that spirits have been around me a lot more. I love that so much. The last 2 weeks have been very heavy for me. This week, I feel calmer in talking to the universe and guardian angel. I love that so much. Lucia, you've probably thought of this. It's a lot of ancestor energy is around you, as well as spirit guides. Navigating through this process with you. I'm happy that you're feeling lighter. I do even like the last couple of weeks energetically, we've had a lot going on. I also feel like I have to say, I just feel like I have to disconnect from things that you don't really need to read about or listen to right now. I feel like I've got to just say, stay in that calm. If like read other things besides social media and the news. I feel like the closer you get to delivering this baby, the longer the pregnancy goes on. I feel like you're more and more sensitive energetically with vibrations that are not serving you anyway, right? That kind of thing. It's mostly like external stuff. I don't feel it anything around you or people around you. I feel it more of that external stuff. Thanks, Lana. Yes, I feel myself showing up more and more authentically without becoming a chameleon. Good for you. And one thing that I just want to say to you is on that statement is always kind of keep that in your awareness, because sometimes we kind of revert back to old patterns or revert back into that chameleon space, without even realize that we're doing it. And sometimes we don't have to be always loud and in here I am kind of space. We kind of have to know, and it's not going back into the chameleon. It's kind of like knowing when to just kind of observe. I'm just going to watch this from here. That's kind of one thing that I just have to say. Just polish that. I need to polish it a little bit. Just polish that up a little bit and kind of always keep it into your awareness. And I think when you think about that, I think that's really good advice for most of us. Sometimes we blend in too much with what's going on around us. Either we don't put conscious thought into it, and then we find ourselves, why did I get myself involved in that? Right. So I think when we polish up that whole, I don't have to be in all the time. And that's even been a big one for me. And very recently I've even stepped up on my salmon ladder, up on being able to say, I'm just gonna sit over here. I don't need to be in that. Right. And sometimes we don't even have to have I don't know why we always feel like we have to add something to something all the time. We truly don't. Right. Sometimes it's sometimes that's the space to go in. Good morning, Lana. Looking lovely today. Thank you very much, darling. Any messages from me, especially from my mother? Um, I keep seeing paper cutouts, paper cutout dolls, paper cutout snowflakes. I keep seeing like cutouts, and I feel like I don't know if mom was crafty or if there's something there that resonates with you with these cutouts. And when you kind of open them up and things are connected, she's showing me the connection. It might just be the way that she's working with me as well, so showing me how things are connected. And she's also showing me like the connections throughout, friends and family. She's kind of bringing that into it, and she's circling you with this. So she wants you to know that you still have all these connections and cutout. Like I don't know why she's using with cutouts. Maybe you'll have to help me with that. Sometimes it's just the way spirit's working too. But she's showing me, all of these connections that are around you. Does that make any sense to you? She's also showing me, even though we're connected, we're all still on our own path. So I don't know if you've been struggling a little bit with that about how, again, with having to do things a certain way, but she's like, you can find your own path and keep yourself connected. I'm going to leave that there for you. I am in PI with Anna. You found her PI home. She is asking if Spirit has any messages about her son Andrew. I love that she found her PEI home. Debbie, I just got the so Debbie, I just got the privacy curtain. So when Spirit drops the privacy curtain, I have to honor that. So there's something that, and I don't feel bad with it. So I don't know if Anna would prefer to, like message me or send me an email. I'm happy to do it that way. I don't feel bad with it. I just, and perhaps it's more on Andrew. I just feel like I have to say, oh, you can send me an email, thehawkandI@gmail.com, and just kind of give me a bit of a reminder, a little bit of where she's at and all of this. I feel very excited though with this new home in PEI. That is so, so exciting. Every now and again, Spirit doesn't do it all the time, but every now and again, Spirit, it's like a curtain. A privacy curtain will drop. And when Spirit does that, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. It just simply means that this is a private conversation. Sometimes it can connect to the person that's asking me, or the person that is involved. And I always honor that. I never try to raise that curtain when Spirit does it. I just trust it. We're not talking about this on, publicly. And that's okay. I mean, that's perfectly okay. I mean, sometimes we don't need to talk about things. All right, publicly. My grandfather's in my apartment too. I guess visiting the graves kind of opened me up to that. So here's where, so yeah, so I do feel that fatherly grandfather, so father figure kind of energy. So I guess visiting graves kind of opened me up to that. So when we visit, grave sites, or connecting with loved ones, whether they've been cremated, or even just thinking about them and sitting with an item, it does help open up. It's because it kind of like allows us to feel. And when you think about for a moment, when you sit at a grave, or if you're sitting and honoring someone who has passed, think about for a moment how you feel. That's, there's usually just pure love and connecting with them and talking with them. We do. So what happens is we don't have to visit a grave site or visit anywhere to connect with them at that level, but it helps us to be able to open up and connect. So absolutely, it does increase your awareness. And and I always say, always do what works for you. And there's also, I don't know about you guys, but I always feel at such peace at a cemetery, or somewhere that honors people who have passed. I just always feel such peace. So it probably helped you with that way as well. I feel though that there's a lot of father figure. I can't shift out of this father figure guidance. So just kind of remember that of what I said. Dee Dee, it's almost the 1 year anniversary of my mother's passing. Does she have any advice that I am not hearing from my son regarding his marriage? I feel like you're hearing it loud and clear. I feel like what you're feeling and what you're hearing and what you're knowing. I feel like I have to say honor that now. I feel like I've got to, what she's saying is literally just stay with what you're doing. Supportive from here, right? Because I feel that when we kind of get too in, or too deep, or too involved, that doesn't always work out very well. I feel like what you're hearing and what you're aware of and how you're helping and how you're supporting is bang on. The message from my grandma really resonated. I'm working through trauma, guilt, and not putting myself first sometime. Wow, that's really cool. Camilla, what that just made me so happy. Um, we're it's hard to work on healing, and it's hard to work on putting down guilt and not putting yourself in. But you know what, Camilla, you can do it, and start with the small things. Start with the small things until you feel like you can take a step into the bigger things. I also feel like I need to say that you're doing very well. Okay, Tabitha. Hi, Lana. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I saw something out the foot of my bed. Was this real? And if so, who was it? And who was it? There was no detail. It just looked like a shadow. Oh, I love that so much. Tabitha, have you been asking for help, or guidance, or support, or because I feel like you've been asking for a deeper connection, or asking for knowledge, and I can't quite tap in as to who it is, but it does feel very guided. So I'm going to lean more onto the spirit guide energy, but I feel like you've been calling forward. Like I feel like you've been saying, I could really use some help and support. I really want to grow my connection, and what's profound, and what happens so often is that time that you mentioned, early morning, or when we wake up in the middle of the night. We often have these moments where we can see or feel, and the reason for that is because we are asleep and our brain isn't interrupting us with that's not real, or we're not busy with that mind chatter. And Tabitha, I've said that before, that's pretty much what I do when I channel. I don't use my brain. It's like it just kind of rests for a while. So it's that same thing that I do when I'm channeling. So you were picking up because your brain wasn't in the way. All right, you guys. Wes, thanks so much for dropping my email address in there. I appreciate you, Wes. Wow, yep, incredibly relevant. Watching when we slip back into the old pattern and allowing self to just observe. And sometimes we do go back to old patterns. Sometimes we do feel into, go back to old ways out of habit or comfort, or sometimes we're not even aware. Have you ever done that? Have you ever thought, oh my gosh, I did it again? And it's like, I didn't even mean to, I didn't see that I was doing it. And it's just about coming back to the growth, coming back to the growth, coming back to the growth, and sometimes it can be wash, rinse, repeat. I don't know. How many times have you been like, I'm here again, learning the same lesson, right? And we do get better, and it's about learning softly, learning softly. Andrea, thank you, Lana. I will send in my donkey application today. That is so delicious, Andrea. I'm sure you will, be very clear on what you can and can't do, but I just can't stop smiling when I see that donkey application. Well done, you. Well done, you. Lucia, thank you so much, Lana. You are truly a gem. So much love and light to you. And you're very welcome, darling. And love and light back to you. Um, Nisa, my hands have been very sore lately, early arthritis or just some inflammation. Question. So I do feel I do feel it's inflammatory. I'm not a doctor. I'm not gonna label it as any kind of health diagnosis because I'm not a doctor. I do feel the inflammation. I feel it both physical and spiritual. I do think that getting some blood work or going to see your doctor is definitely not going to hurt. And I feel like I feel like you just need to kind of engage, like just kind of double check that out. I also feel though with holding on to things, Nisa, energetically, I need to ask you, do you hold on to energy? Are you in the vibration of worry, the overthinking? Our body responds to the energy that we're holding. So, along with, going for a workup or a checkup with your doc, I also feel like you need to kind of work. Oh, there's a cute little spider that just kind of came down. I'll have to look that one up. Sorry, squirrel. I feel like I have to say also work on trying to let go of energy that you're holding on to. Worry creates a vibration of stress. Our body holds on to worry, and some inflammatory energy comes. I feel like that there's a bit of both going on there. I also don't feel panicked. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, with it. I feel like this is very, very easy to kind of work and sift and sort. All right, there we go. I gotta take my car to the shop. You're welcome. I gotta make an appointment for my vehicle too at the shop. Need an oil change. Camilla. So sorry to ask two questions today. Um, no need to apologize, Camilla. We go where we need to go here. It was 4 years ago since my elderly cat passed. I always wonder if I let him go at the right time, never found out what happened. Any messages for him? I feel like you knew. I feel like you knew you had to let go of that cat. I feel like that inner knowing. I'm gonna have to look at the spider soon. I feel like that inner knowing. You felt it. I felt like you knew it was the right time, and I also feel like I need to say, happy that you honored that. I have to look up spider. So he's really cute. Just a little spider. Just a little wee spider. Along came a spider and sat down beside her. All right, spider. This is an opportunity to access your deepest wisdom and assimilate it so that it becomes a part of your daily living. Beware of any potential traps or rouses that you're tempted to get involved in. Rather than staying stuck in the apparent, open your mind to the infinite number of possibilities that are before you and make a choice. Don't limit yourself to the mundane world, but instead be willing to explore other dimensions and realities. Oh, I love that so much. It's time to write creatively without limits or of tradition or habit, allowing yourself to be inspired by nature. I love that. I love that so much. Thanks for joining us, little spider. Okay. I feel better now reading that message. And I think that was for all of us, even though the spider's in my room. I feel like that's for all of us because he showed up here during our live. You found her home through a reading. I love that. You're very welcome, Debbie. Lana, maybe do the spider in the spirit animal book. Yep. He knows his season to shine. I love that. We have a huge spider outside our front steps. Spider energy today, right? I love that so much. Um, you picked up the book the moment I pressed send. Oh, I love that so much. We're coming on to 9 o'clock. I do have it's in-person session week. So I cannot push the limit too far because I do have to drive in. So we will do I think I'm gonna do an angel number first. I feel like we need to. 398, you're being provided in all the ways as long as you focus your time and energy on your divine mission in life. And another one. I feel like I need to do another one. 121. Now is the time for your unwavering faith and optimism, which will yield the highest possible outcome for you. Ooh, I love that. All right. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. It's the little things. I know it doesn't take much to entertain me or to bring forward those good feeling vibes. All right. So what do we need to know for our week? Orangutan. To accomplish what you have set out to do, put on your best face to get the job done. Pay close attention to the expression on the faces of those that you deal with and trust what you see more rather than what you hear. Whatever your needs are, do your best to be creative. Again, with the creative energy. Whatever your needs are, do your best to be creative and use the available resources you find in your intimate surroundings. It's best to have more fruit in your diet on a regular basis in order to create a healthier physical balance. Good. Okay, I will see you Friday. I will not be here Wednesday. Um, I I am considering shifting the energy updates to Monday, Fridays. Monday for the week energy update, and Fridays for Ask the Medium sessions. And then I'll use the Wednesdays to pop on when I'm free to come in and do some extra chat. But I will let you know of that when I've made that decision fully. But right now, that's kind of what I'm looking at is Monday, Fridays. I also have to get caught up on a few things. So I am looking at getting a Zoom Divine Feminine Circle going here. We have one in person coming up this Thursday, but I have not forgotten about the Zoom and the for you guys who are not local to me. I am working on it. There's a lot going on scheduling wise that I'm trying to juggle, and I finally got a few other personal pieces that have kind of that puzzle clicked in together over the weekend. So now I can finally really set some time out to do that and to carve it out what the winter schedule will look like. All right. As always, I'm wishing you so much love, light, blessings, and have a glorious week. Take care.